the Group Head Consumer Protection Sterling, Holdco, and subsidiaries, and Umfon Jackson, the General Manager at Get Paid. Together, they are going to be taking us through a very interesting session, telling us about how the bank builds trust, protecting our growth as MSME customers of the bank, functioning as partners and not just a financial institution, but ensuring that we are protected, our financial solutions are well tailored to us, and we are guiding and supporting us at every instances. Also, today we're going to be speaking to us on POS geotagging and geofencing policy as it relates to our business, why we need to understand how it works, how we need to understand how it implies and how it relates to us as MSMEs. Because today I trust that we have the get papers that we give to our customers that is fully compliant with TBM regulations, fast, secure for transactions, dedicated to MSME support. And you know that as always, this is brought to you by Sterling Bank in collaboration with the Business Hub, because we're always for you, to support you, to tell you things you need to know. So at every point in time, give you information that will keep you informed and not disinformed. So before I go further, I would like for Ogechi to say an hello to us. Hello, Ogechi. Good afternoon to you.
Hello, Esther, and hello, everyone on the call. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Ogechi. Can see the smile. She's happy to take us through the journey. Hello,
Yes, I'm happy to be here.
Yes, we are happy to have you, and we are happy to also hear. We are anticipating what you're going to be speaking to us about. We're anticipating that because we already know that things we're going to be hearing today are going to be very interesting, very insightful, and very knowledge driving. Hello, Umfon. Good afternoon to you.
Hello, Esther. Good afternoon. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon.
Nice having you. Good afternoon, Umfon.
Happy to be here.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. You can see that we brought to you very beautiful faces and experts in fields that will let us know things we need to. They are speaking from a place of knowledge, speaking from a place of expertise. So they're not just speaking to us. It's not a yes, it's things they know. So they're breaking it down to us in a way that we are going to ensuring that we understand it so well, bringing it granular to us. And so to take us through the ride today, we're going to be calling on Ogechi. For we that have questions, it's not a problem. We're going to be taking, so the flow of the session is going to be that we're going to have Ogechi speak to us about consumer protection and how it relates to us as MSMEs banking with Sterling Bank. And after Ogechi has presented, we are able to ask our questions. Please, for us that do not want to lose our line of thought, we can always drop your questions in the Q&A session. Trust me, every question will be addressed. And also, we're going to be having a point in time where we allow people to unmute their mic and also ask questions, right? If we think that we want to have a conversation verbally, because we want this to be a very interactive session and not just a dialogue where we're just speaking and we're not hearing from our audience, right? So after that session, so Umfam would also be taking us through the POS, geotagging, and geofencing as it relates to us at MSMEs, and we'll also be asking questions. So that will be the flow of the session. Good afternoon once again to you, Ogechi. You have the floor. Please take us through the ride, and we are happy to hear you speak to us and enlighten us.
Thank you very much, Esther, for the warm welcome. Thank you, everyone, for joining timely to the call today. And I know that today is going to be, like Esther said, a very exploratory session where we will collaboratively understand what exactly are my rights? Do I have one when I'm doing business with any bank? And the truth of the matter is, we're also here today to be able to share with you how Sterling cares for not just your money, but your business and the sustainability of your business beyond today. So, without further ado, please join me as I walk you through how we keep your business safe, secure, and positioned for growth. Simply put, it's how we try to see today, what and beyond today, how we are building confidence through the level of transparency that we share with you, what we expect from you as well. Is your data safe with us? The answer is yes. And other fair banking practices that we need every business owner to own. Here at Sterling, we care beyond just being a transaction to us. You're a part of our lives and we're a part of your life as well. So to go very straightforward into what we have today, I'm just going to walk us through certain principles that we have. And you may want to understand why consumer protection. Consumer protection is not just that phrase or that comment or that concept that you have or that you have heard of, or that maybe somebody has mentioned it somewhere, or that you now understand that maybe, okay, the Apex Bank, the CBN, now has a consumer protection department or division or a particular aspect of it. It's beyond that. Consumer protection is that extra that every organization needs to bring to the table to make sure that your experience as our customer, our clients, are what? More than just word of mouth, but things that you have lived in our experiences. Consumer protection is that icing on the cake that takes you from not just being a transactional customer, but a customer who we care for beyond the ordinary, whose business is paramount to us, who we know that tomorrow matters, and who will want to keep doing business with us over and over again. For every small business, for every medium business, for every large corporate, there is a value chain around that business. That value chain needs to know that you, who is the connector to Sterling, is being taken care of. So in consumer protection, we're looking beyond just helping you to understand what you need to do, but also helping you to understand that there are some fundamentals that you can ask of us. And there are also some responsibilities that you also need to uphold. So join me as we walk through it today. The first thing that comes to mind is why your safety matters. Why do we want to keep you safe? Why do you think that consumer protection is important enough to ensure that your business does not start today and end tomorrow? With us here at Sterling Bank, safeguarding your finances is paramount for us. It helps us to make sure that you can plan and grow with confidence. Trust in every relationship is one of the most fragile elements that, if broken, it's always difficult to rebuild. And essentially, trust drives growth. If I trust you with my today, I know that you will take care of it beyond tomorrow. If I trust you with something that is important to me, then I'm sure that I have earned something from you as well that will take my business to the next level. That's why we invest here at Sterling Bank in strong systems to protect your data, to secure your transactions, and to support your business. Your protection for us is not something that happens after the fact. It is not a reactionary behavior. It is built into all of our daily processes. How we get you onboarded onto the system, how we present our transactions to you, how we notify you of changes, how we make sure that what you do is simple enough for you to understand, how we present choices to you, how we also ensure that we get your consent before we do some things with you. Not just for large businesses or only. Our safety matters. Your safety matters even for the smallest of businesses within our ecosystem. Protection applies equally, even if it's a one-man business, a two-man business, a medium-scale business, irrespective of the sector that the business is being housed. Your protection applies even if it's just starting the business today, or you just have a concept and you have shared with us and you have onboarded onto our system and you have become a part of the Sterling ecosystem. Your safety matters also because partnership is not just about regulation. Yes, there is a standard, a regulation that we guide how we do these things, how we bring it to life. But that regulation is not the entirety of why consumer protection and Sterling is important. We ensure that in dealing with you, fairness is top of mind, irrespective of who is the person that is presented to us. As far as you are a business owner, as far as you do business with us, as far as you have started something small that is impacting the tomorrow of other people around you, then we will guarantee you that fairness is top of mind for us. Another thing is transparency. As you grow, we want to be ensuring that you do not fall into risk that will crumble the business, or risk that will make you lose money, or risk that will make you begin to ask questions or expose you to people who are unscrupulous. For you to grow, what we do for you, we see you as a partner. Therefore, we help you to mitigate unnecessary risk. For us, your safety matters because we are constantly supporting you. Our commitment doesn't end just at the first contact. We are partners with you through all the different phases of your business, the whole 9 yards. We're here with you every blessed day. What this session will help us to understand together: many micro, small, and medium enterprises don't fully understand what their rights are. And this leads to several disputes that could have been avoided. It leads to loss of trust, and also exposes us and our businesses to what? To fraud. In this session today, we're looking to help you understand your rights as a Sterling customer. What are those things that are a holy grail for us? To help you understand how to use digital products safely. We will also look to see how we can provide information to you about one of the latest policies, which is on POS machines. We'll also be providing you with an opportunity for you to share your thoughts and your feedback with us. There will be a Q&A session at the end of it. Even in the course of the engagement, as your questions come up, please put them in the Q&A session of this particular webinar, and I trust that we can always come to it and quickly address them. Moving further, the way we have a 10 commandments for us who are Christian by faith, the same thing in consumer protection, we have the 7 consumer rights. It's important for you to know these rights because there are things that you can use to engage. It's an enlightenment for you to be able to identify what works for me, what doesn't work for me. This argument I'm going into, is it within my rights? This thing that I let slide, could I have raised it? This relationship I'm going into, these are the things I can hold them accountable for. The very first is the right to choose, followed very quickly by the right to be informed. The right to safety is something that is important for us as well. Your right to education. Now, this education is not about those who went to school, PhD holders, doctors, and the right, but your financial literacy education. You have a right to complain to us, the right to let us know when things are not going the way you want them. You have the right to confidentiality. That information you have given to us is not for us to take up a loudspeaker and stand at the junction and begin to broadcast it to everyone. You also have fundamentally the right to fair treatment. These rights, will be looking at them even more intricately one after the other so that we can bring them to life in what we're doing and exactly how we say it. Here at Sterling, I want us to take a peep into more details about the different rights that we have. Their rights are the foundation of our commitment to transparent and fair banking. Why would we say that? Take, for instance, the right to choose. When you as a customer, we present you at different stands and different opportunities all through the career, all through the journey of your business with us. We present you with tangible and comprehensive information to help you make informed decisions about the kind of products you want to enjoy with us, the kind of services you want us to render to you. You have an array of the kind of information that you will go back and say, okay, let me think through it, and then I can come back to you with a decision that, yes, I want to take on this account. I want to add this account to it. I want to take this loan. I want to repay this loan. I want to quickly get on board with this card. I want you to enable my card for web services. No, I want you to send me only SMS. I want you to only send me emails. There are choices for you as a banking customer. So at Sterling Bank, what we would share with you are a comprehensive dossier of information that will ensure that you make that financial decision with your clear mind, with your clear eye, not that you are being coerced or being forced to do anything. The second is the right to consumer education. Like I said before, this is not an academic exercise per se, but we ensure, for instance, today that we're having this, it's an opportunity for us to share consumer education with you, to financially make us literate enough to be able to understand what our responsibilities and our rights are. We educate you on your rights and responsibilities, on the products and services available to you within the bank. Are there things that you need to know today that will help you do business with us better tomorrow? That's the level of information or education we want you to have. We want that every Sterling customer can boldly say, yes, I know what is available for me. I know what is not available for me. I know what they offer. I know the kind of things that they can do for me and the things they cannot do. I know the extent to which I can make a demand of you in one way or the other. So that information is available to you. Nothing is hidden. Everything is transparent enough for you to be able to do what? To make that decision to say, I want to continue in this trend. In fact, I want to add an additional account to this based on the level of information that I have. The right to be informed. This right is particularly important because in the products that you enjoy, for instance, when you come to open an account, you may see it as a 2-page document, a 3-page document. An additional form is given to you. That information contained on that form, you have that right to be able to see what the product details are. Are there any rates? Are there any fees? Are there any charges that is accruable to this particular product I want to buy? This particular account I want to open? This particular loan that I want to take? We tell you full disclosure on all of these products. And we advise that you read through them, ask the right questions, and ensure that you understand them clearly. What is very paramount also is when you're getting involved, maybe in one loan agreement or the other, there is always something that is called a terms and conditions. I know that most people, in fact, they say it in regular parlance to say, if you want to hide an information from a Nigerian, put it in a book. What we're doing today is to help you to dispel that notion, to say that, yes, as a Nigerian banking customer, my bank has told me that I can read an information, read the terms and conditions, understand them, and ask the questions where I need to ask questions for clarification. If there is a change in your contract, you have the right for us to promptly notify you of those changes. These rights are available for you to exercise them. And we promise you at Sterling that we will keep you informed at the different phases of your account process, the different phases of your product life cycle, the different processes with which you engage in doing business. If there are changes which may happen, maybe from a regulatory point of view, if CBN asks for us to do XYZ, like one of the engagements we're going to have today is a recent change, now you will be informed about it and how it impacts your business. The next is the right to complain and be heard. Here at Sterling, what we promise you is whatever that is ailing you, whatever you are not satisfied with, whatever that you feel that you need to clarify, whatever you feel that there's a failure somewhere, you can hold us accountable to it. How would you do that? You have the right to lodge your complaints and expect that these complaints will be addressed fairly and efficiently. I tell you, irrespective of the class of human being, once you send a complaint to us, we will investigate that complaint and give you information that will give you resolution to that complaint. Sometimes complaints come in a way of when one is not so clear about something, and he may put it as a complaint. But when we reach out to you and we engage you and we let you know why that decision was taken, why that information was put out there, why that change was made, then you become clearer on what happened and what needs to be done. What we can promise you is if you bring it to us, we will let you know that we resolve it. Information will be passed to you throughout the time the complaint is with us until we have a final resolution. Your right to safety. You may want to know as a banker, as somebody who is doing a bank transaction, do I really need this safety? Yes. We protect you from safety risk associated with your products and services. For instance, when we do upgrades on our One Bank application, on our Sterling Flow application for your own safety, maybe we have observed that these guys from the dark web are doing one funny thing or the other. We quickly do what? An upgrade. That thing shocks them and takes them out of the remit of what they're trying to do and keeps you safe. Even in our premises, when you come to a banking location that is sterling, you have a right to safety, that the transaction you're doing within that place, you don't get harmed. When you use our ATM machines, there's a right to safety because you notice that there's a security personnel hovering around, making sure that unscrupulous people do not accompany you to the ATM machine. The vulnerability of our customer is important for us, and we ensure that all the hacks, all the associated risks in enjoying our product and our services, we try to mitigate them. The right to confidentiality, this one is very important, particularly when you have your personal information handed over to us. What we promise you is that we will safeguard it. We will only dispense that information in the way and manner that you have asked us to. For instance, if a man opens an account and tomorrow, even if he came to on the day of opening an account with his wife and did not include his wife as a signatory to that account, what we can promise you as Sterling is that even if your wife strolls in tomorrow asking for information on that account, she does not have the right to it because you have not told us to. Your information is confidential to us, and we ensure that both your personal data, your transactional information, they are not disclosed to third parties without your consent. If you write expressly to us, or you tell us an information to say you can give XYZ to this. For instance, you own a business and you have an account manager within your business, or you have a financial clerk within your business who usually will bring checks and the likes to the bank for clearing, for payment, will bring schedule of staff payments, salaries, and the likes. Until you tell us, you give us that consent, not implied consent, and express consent that this person that is representing me can collect my statement of account when he or she is coming. That is the only time that information is expected to be shared with that person. If we do not have your consent, we will seek it, we will get it, and we will understand your thought process in managing your personal and transactional information. The seventh right that every Sterling customer, and indeed every customer within the banking and financial services space has, is the right to be treated fairly. Irrespective of the business you're doing. You could be a fishmonger. You could be a mechanic. You could be somebody who owns a fashion house. You could be someone who owns a baking facility. You could be a farmer. You could even be someone who works in shipping, clearing, and services. You could run a business of logistics. As far as you're within the Sterling ecosystem, what we promise you is that we will treat you fairly. you will receive the same treatment regardless of whether your account balance is 15,000, 1,000, 200 million, or a gazillion. Irrespective of your physical ability, we have customers who come into our space who are either hard of hearing, physically challenged in one way or the other. We still attend to them, and we will continue to attend to them in the same manner, the same safe, confident, secure, and well-concise manner in which we have handled every other type of customer. Those things do not matter to us. Irrespective of the age, it could be a startup, a young graduate, it could be a young entrepreneur, it could be somebody who is retired. Irrespective of your age, we will treat you fairly as well. Whether you are male, female, we will also treat you as well, irrespective of what you believe in, irrespective of what religious connotations that attach to you. What we will do at Sterling is treat you like the one customer which you are to us. More importantly, you know that you cannot go to marry a wife empty-handed. Truly, this banking relationship that we are with you is a two-way street. The first way is the one I have just shared with you, which is all of your rights that you can hold Sterling accountable to, that you can hold Sterling by that holy grail, that you can exercise within that place. But to make this work, and make it work not just in the ordinary sense of it, but to make it work efficiently, effectively, and sustainably, it is a two-way street. One way coming in our direction, the other way you're responsible for. This part is what we call your shared responsibility. What is it that you must be responsible for as well to make this financial banking relationship work as it should? Consumer protection works best when both parties play their part. Your responsibility strengthens the entire system because there are some things that you is within your remit. You alone can exercise those things to make all of those rights come to life. The first one is understanding the products. You know, before I told you that you have a right to be informed. Now, when you are being informed, the responsibility is on you to understand what is being said, how it is being said, and the meaning behind what is being said. Oftentimes, we buy new things, maybe like you buy a new phone or you buy a new TV set, you buy a new refrigerator. We just quickly use the old knowledge that we have to put it together. The phone, you want to slot your SIM inside so that it comes to life. But there is a small paper that is inside that pack of phone that tells you what needs to be done, how it needs to be done, how you need to charge your phone, what simple things. Those same things accompany your banking products. You have the terms and conditions, you have the product details. Read them, understand them before you click agree. The second responsibility on you is for you to meet your obligations. You cannot issue a check to somebody to bring to the bank. Meanwhile, the account is not funded. That is a breach of your responsibility. If you cannot be owing a loan, you have taken a loan and we agree that on the 20th of every month, your account will be debited. Then on the 18th, you quickly move the money out. Or by that 20th, you have not credited the account with the required amount to meet that obligation. Repay your loans on time and maintain an accurate record of all the financial dealings that you do. While we have the right to confidentiality, and we will have told you that we will expressly hold your information, only divulge it when you give us consent. You also have the responsibility to protect your information. Before now, things like tally number, things like withdrawal slip, things like checkbook, things like counter check were very popular in the banking world. But today, what do we have? Passwords, PIN, NIN, BVN. Your phone has become a financial instrument. So the responsibility is on you to secure that phone, to secure your PIN, And do not divulge your PIN to somebody. You give somebody your card to go and withdraw money. If something happens to that card or something happens to that transaction you are giving the person, you become liable because you have transferred your responsibility to a third party. You have a password on your phone and everybody knows your date of birth. You use your date of birth as the password to your phone. Meanwhile, you're receiving credit alert on that same phone. And people live around you. You don't live in isolation. Who can pick up your phone? They already know your password. Once they enter it, that exposure that you don't want us to expose your information by yourself, you then divulge that information. You must protect your information. It is your responsibility. You also have the responsibility to provide accurate details. Sometimes we find ourselves falling short of this. When customers come in, clients walk in to engage in a banking relationship and they give half-truths. We have gone to do KYC somewhere before and you see that building no longer exists. Meanwhile, this is a new relationship that is about to start. Ensure that your information is accurate and it is timely. Some people have left the country in the name of Japa, greener pastures. Yes, but you have not informed the bank that you are leaving and you want to change your mobile number from the MTN line you're using today, the Airtel line you're using today, the Glow line you're using today, or whatever network you're using, that you want to change it to your new line in Canada so that we can update your information. Now, after a period of time, these telecommunication companies don't keep the information forever, except you ask them to. They reassign that number to somebody else. Meanwhile, when you were here, you were using that number to receive data, information, credit alert, debit alert from Sterling Bank. Now that number has been given to somebody else who is not you. And we have not updated it on our system because you have not told us. That person starts receiving information about you. That is an exposure. That your responsibility is for us to provide us accurate information, timely information. And when your information changes over time, let us know and let us know on time so that we can make modifications across all the systems that we have to keep you constantly safe and ensure that your information is kept confidential. You have a responsibility to report unethical practices. You want to ask me what? Some people will start receiving alerts on their phone in the middle of the night, maybe from one transaction that have gone wrong or one fraudulent hack or the rest. You wait till the next morning before you come to the bank for you to not inform them. If it now happens over the weekend, you wait till Monday. Between that time it happened till when you come to the bank, anything could have happened to the money that was taken. But we have our contact center numbers. We have our information. All our channels are available for you to quickly reach out to us to say, I am receiving this unethical practice on my phone. Suspicious transaction, fraudulent activities happening on my account. Kindly block my account. Help me to salvage this phone. The swifter and the quicker you react, the better and the safer your account be. Just to add a little more to show how important your responsibilities are. It's a mutually beneficial relationship if you keep your responsibilities and hold them sacred. And if we also uphold your rights and make them separate as well. Make sure you thoroughly comprehend all contract terms before you click agree, click acquaint, tick that box. You have to make sure that all your agreed upon repayments to banks and banking contractual relationships are held sacred. All of your information, make sure that no unauthorized access is gained into those places. Up-to-date information, I want to repeat it again. Make sure you provide us with that information when it changes and how frequently you want it to be modified to. All activities on your device, all fraudulent activities, or whatever must be timely notified to the bank. Let us know on time through all the channels that are available for you to use. Make sure that your responsibility, your duty to knowledge and understanding, your duty to meet your financial obligation, your duty to protect financial instruments and information, your duty to provide an accurate information every time, and your duty to report on ethical practices, fraud, or errors are what? Things that you hold very close to your chest. The world of banking is changing. We ourselves must constantly change with it so that we remain what? In the safety of what is valid within the banking sector. Yes. How then do we protect your business every day? We've talked about the rights. I've walked you through what your responsibilities are. And you can agree with me that both of us have what? It's a two-way street, a two-way relationship, a mutually beneficial relationship if we hold up our own parts. Every time the Consumer Protection Group at Sterling monitors over 55 risk areas and actively address recurring issues affecting micro, small, and medium enterprises. You and I on the call today, we have a dedicated group in Sterling that manages and keeps their eye out for any risk areas. As of today, 55 critical risk areas have been identified, and we're constantly monitoring them and actively ticking and addressing them as they happen to make sure that you are safe. We make sure that our charges are transparent for you to know, so that when you are engaging the different aspects of the bank, everything that is being told to you is what it is as it actually is. If there are changes in MPCs and the likes, you're consulted by way of information. One of the areas that we also ensure that your business is safe every day is by making sure that your data is kept confidential. We do not joke with that area of our business at all, because everything that we hold now, the world is a small global village. And no matter how infinitesimal that data breach is, it can cause a lot of havoc. We are responsive to your complaint. We have a full team in our contact center that can engage you either via telephone, via email, via social media, irrespective of whatever social media handle you want or you operate. We are there, open and willing to support you where you have requests, you have complaints, you have things that are maybe a bit you're curious about, you want to ask. Feel free to exercise that area of our business. All of our products and loan terminologies, we don't use jargons in our information to you. We don't use big grammar in our information to you. We try to use simple, clear, and concise information. In that way, on a daily basis, you're guaranteed that we are fair to you. You're guaranteed that your data is secure with us and we will hold it confidential. You're guaranteed that if you have anything that is not favorable that is happening and you let us know, we will address them timely. And you can be guaranteed and rest assured that our terms and conditions are clear, safe, concise, and easy to understand. Now, in today's world, I mentioned before that we used to use things like tally number before, checkbook, counter check, manager's check. We have to come into the banking hall to do banking transaction. But the world has now gone digital. And that way also, our level of security awareness is important as a business tool, as a business knowledge. We invest in that, your digital safety, because the world has moved, we are also moving. We have invested huge amount of money, huge amount of resources in advanced fraud detection and making use of AI to monitor and protect your transactions. What do we need you to do on your own time? Verify messages before responding. These guys from the dark world, they are not even joking at all. They can create information that may mimic what ordinarily a normal bank will send to you. But what we are begging you today, what we implore you to do, is to verify your messages before you respond to them. Don't click on links because you feel that, okay, it was sent by something that you think you know. Phishing emails and text messages, and WhatsApp messages are common. Many of us belong to group messages. Group, either in the estate where you belong, in your church group, in one social club that you belong to, in your alumni from school. We belong to multiple groups. Sometimes they will tell you, do a two-step authentication. We will not agree. But hear it from your bank today. It is your responsibility to ensure that you keep that information safe and you do not just join any group because somebody has invited you to it. Sometimes they will tell you there's a meeting coming up at so and so time, and OTP will be sent to you. Disregard. Contact Sterling Bank directly through our official channels if you want clarification on something that somehow looks like it is real. Never share OTP or your account details with anyone. Guard it with your chest. It is your information alone, except it's a joint account, that you can say, okay, you and the person that is another signatory can be privy to that information. Never, I repeat again, never share your OTPs or your account details with anyone. Your account credentials will be the cash that is in your account if you divulge it and they get access to it. Protect your credentials the way you protect your wallets. Enable two-factor authentication. Make sure you add an extra layer of security to your business accounts. Restrict your staff access role. If your staff is also only able to have viewing access alone, keep it that way. Limit exposure to internal fraud. A lot of the fraud risks that we are open to or we are vulnerable to are from the people that are closest to us. For elderly people, the children that are taking care of them, caregivers, become one of the people who we need to restrict access to. For us in business, if my staff doesn't need to know, why do I need to let them know? Why do I need to drop my token where anybody can have access to it? Why do I need to collect account statement and keep it open on the table? Limit the exposure of access to your account and your financial instruments from your staff, and you will see that you will reduce internal fraud risk. Update your password regularly. Don't use things that we know about you. What's your date of birth, your plate number. Some people even use marriage, their wedding anniversary as password, things like that. Or maybe an obvious name that we know, maybe a nickname that you know somewhere, that everybody even calls you on a daily basis. Sometimes switch it up a bit. Maybe you feel like, oh, every 3 months, I want to update my password. Nothing stops you. There's no limit to the number of changes you can make to your password. Change your credentials as often as you desire and keep your contact details current. If something changes, maybe your phone gets lost and you're not able to retrieve the SIM, and you change you get a new SIM, let us know, so that the credentials that you have already stored in the old device can be migrated into the new device. The digital world of today, as interesting and how forward-looking as it is also one of the most vulnerable states where we can be as an individual, as a business. Now, I want to give us some practical examples on the things that we need to look at. A colleague of mine is going to come today and come and share with you in depth the new POS policy and information as it applies to you. However, I want us to read through this example and see if from your own bird's eye view, how it impacts you. A business owner received a message claiming their account was restricted with a link requesting for them to click and verify. Instead of clicking that link, that business owner quickly contacted Sterling Bank through our official helpline. Truth be told, this message that business owner received was fraudulent. What are the lessons I want us to take away from here? This simple act of caution, it prevented loss of funds from this business owner and loss of valuable information as well. As we have spoken today and talked through our rights, our responsibilities, your awareness Your level of understanding of what needs to be done is your strongest defense. Always verify information before you act. So, as we go through today, as I yield the microphone to my colleague Umfon, who will walk us through one of the latest information that we need to know. Many of our businesses now thrive in using what? Point of sale, POS, to do our business. In that way, what has changed? What has CBN told us that is new? What can we do differently? What can we need to update from our own end to ensure that we are not caught up with it or we are not found wanting? What are the simple things that we need to explore as a business owner to make sure that our businesses remain safe and sound? The truth of the matter is, you're safe as far as you are also holding up your responsibilities. Remember that Sterling will always keep their promise to you. Sterling will always treat you as that one customer who is the eye and the heart of our businesses. Thank you very much for your time. I'll be yielding the microphone to Mfon now.
Thank you so much, Ogechi. Thank you so much for that very insightful session. It was power packed, like I anticipated, and I'm very sure every one of us took one or two things. We now better understand how the bank supports us and how our shared responsibilities, right? So, she said something about, oh, the bank would always ensure that your accounts are not compromised, but it's also very important that we ourselves, we have major roles to play as well, that we do not compromise that information we're trying to protect so well. The bank would not know your password because they want it to be solely you don't want it to be solely just you, but if you are compromising your password, you know that it has to be a joint effort, right? So these are things I learned today, and I'm very sure a lot of us don't know. So when they say, when you see this information of don't pass your information, don't share, don't do this. And another thing she said is that you would always be in these groups, like the WhatsApp groups and different things, right? But the good thing we need to know, right, as customers, to ensure that we take up our responsibility of looking at these little loopholes. And remember, these perpetrators would always leech on small loopholes to see how they can perpetrate, because they know that naturally, if they come directly to you, they might not be able to get access to it. So that's why they try to always try to find ways to get through to your account and different things. But if you take your responsibility to ensure that you also guide this thing, because the bank will always do that. That's why the bank every day are monitoring and ensuring that there's no loophole anywhere. If they see that anybody wants to get access to something, they try to also. That's why you see that a lot of times, just like Egweti said, right? The bank would always tell you there's an upgraded version of the app, there's an upgraded version of something. That's because they're trying to fence that security well and always fencing it, because it never ends, right? With what she has said, I'm very sure that we took one or two things, and those are things that I took, and I think that I should just reiterate it because they are very important. You see, when I told us that this session is not just going to be yet again another session of people just speaking English or people just talking to us or people just taking our time, but it's a session that will be impactful for us to understand why these things happen. So it's not just the bank just saying, it is because they're trying to let you know the implications of these things sometimes. So because some of us don't even know the implications, right? So with this now, we know the implication and we know what we have to do. Remember, just like she said, the bank's helpline is always available to you. Anytime you're in doubt, make sure you give that call, make that call. 24/7, the bank's helpline is available. The dedicated staff are there waiting for you to just ask your questions. Never think that, oh, maybe this is little. There's never a little bridge. If there is a bridge, there's a bridge. There's nothing like little bridge, big bridge, right? If they are able to access your account any which way, you know that it's a very bad one. And I'm very sure none of us wants to be in that circumstances or in that situation, right? And I was very excited to hear how the bank is also ensuring that these things don't happen, ensuring that they are protecting our best interest, right? So thank you so much, Ogechi. Remember, we said that you can ask your questions in the Q&A session. You can also let us know if you would like to unmute your mic. We're going to give you access to speak. Let us know in the chat room. Please drop your questions. Ogechi is going to be delighted to answer us. I'm very sure that I'm speaking on her behalf. I know already that she's going to be delighted to answer our questions and address all our questions accordingly. Right? Okay, so in the absence of no question for now, I'm just going to go to Umfom. Umfom, good afternoon. I hope you have also been enjoying this session. I trust that Umfom had also learned one or two things. Trust me, no one is an island of knowledge. I'm sure that even Umfom has learned one or two things. Umfom, I know you agree with me. Hello, Umfom.
Hi, Esther. Hello, everyone. I
Yeah,
have learned so much from
so
Ogechi's
much, right?
session. And for me, I think the seven consumer rights stood out for me, honestly, because prior to this, I'm also a customer of the bank. So I'm also learning from this session as well. And I think I'm going to start my conversation from the seven consumer rights. I'm definitely going to start from there. So I don't know, Esther, can I take over? Can I continue?
Oh, yes, you have the floor now. We are happy to hear you speak to us and let us understand how PSG fencing and geotagging affect us as MSMEs at large. Thank
Oh,
you.
thank you so much, Esther. I really wish I could see everyone. I hope we're enjoying the session so far. And I'm surprised there are no questions. Are they able to chat, Esther? Can we get feelers from the house? Are they here with us? Can they say a hi, a hello, something?
Please, can we get people to say hello to us?
She's
Let us be sure
quiet.
that there's nothing wrong. So it could be that Ogechi was very detailed and there was no part where we have to ask questions because it was very explicit. But it's fine, right? Let us just
Mhm.
know that it's not a situation whereby you are unable to drop your questions. Please, can you drop an
Exactly.
I, hello? Let us know where you're speaking from. Anything at all. Introduce
Yeah,
yourself.
that would be helpful.
Thank you, Abdul Fatai. Just dropped an eye to us. We appreciate you. Yeah, we are getting the questions, the I coming in. Thank you so much to
Thank
everyone that we have
you.
said. Good
Thank
afternoon.
you.
Oh, yeah, first, good afternoon, beloved. I can see you. I can see your chat. Okay, so we confirm that yes, people are detailed and on point. Yes, you can see that people are dropping the questions. They are
Okay.
hearing us. Yeah, that's good.
Oh,
We're happy to hear
awesome.
that. I from PH. Miracle said it's from PH. Hello, Miracle. Hello, I am from NWell MFB. Hello, Yusuf. Thank you so much. We are seeing the questions rolling. Thank you. Sorry,
Thank you
the
so
actual
much.
rolling.
That's
Thank you
awesome.
so much.
Awesome.
Yes,
Awesome.
awesome.
All right.
Thumbs up, everyone. We appreciate it so well.
All right. Thank you, Esther. So Ogechi mentioned seven consumer rights, and out of the seven, two stood out for me. Your right to be informed and your right to safety. And it's in line with that we are having this session for you. And it's in line with that I'm also going to speak on some of the policy that CBN has released on your POS terminal. I want to assume that every business here has a Sterling POS, or you intend to have one. If you don't have, please, if you don't have, and you are a business that needs a POS for collections, please let us know. We'll definitely get one across to you next week. Now, so I'm going to speak to you on something really interesting, exciting, and new about your POS seminar. It was in August that CBN released a circular saying all POS must be geotagged and geofenced. Big grammar. These two words, what exactly do they mean? What does geotagging mean? What does geofencing mean? How does it affect your business as an MSME today? What do you need to know about geotagging and geofencing? We're going to have all of that conversation on this session. Let me paint a scenario for you. So imagine that as a business owner, right? You sent out your dispatch rider to go deliver goods to your customer who has bought something from you. And the dispatch rider goes round, comes back to you and said, they are not able to track the exact location of the customer. And so the dispatch rider brings the goods back to your store. You're frustrated, you're calling the customer, maybe you're not able to reach the customer and all of that. Hold that thought. Or a second scenario, you have a POS in your business location, and then you go to your business location, you can't find your POS. You can't find your sales rep. Your sales rep is nowhere to be found. Your POS is nowhere to be found. They've moved your POS. You did not authorize that movement. What would you do? You definitely be frustrated. It is due to some of these business frustration that CBN introduced, and not just introduced, but mandated every bank, every terminal, POS terminal provider, every PTSB, and anybody in that payment processing circle to implement what is called geotagging and geofencing. Now, what does geotagging and geofencing mean? I'm going to explain this as granular as possible. So geotagging. Now, for some of us, right, think about it this way. When at your business location, you have staff that work with you. Now, some of them, when they come in the morning, they need to sign in. There's a register for them to sign in. And when they leave, there's also a register for them to sign out. Some business that are more digital use an automated clocking in and clocking out system, where when you come in, you clock in either with your fingertip or your ID card or something, and then you clock out. What does that entire process do? Now, that entire process shows that or ties your staff to your business location for the hour that the staff is in that business location for. So it means that if anything happens to the staff or they are looking for the staff, they can't find the staff, they will come to that business location. They will check your registrar. Did this person sign in on sign out? Yes. Unfortunately, the person did not sign out and the person is nowhere to be found. They will hold the business owner responsible. Where is this guy? He came to work today. Yes, we can see that he signed in, but he didn't sign out. Where is this person? So the staff is tied to that location. The staff is tagged to that location. The staff is marked to that location. Geotagging simply means geographical tagging. It's tagging or pinning your POS information to the business details. So you have your POS and you want to know the exact location of that POS. This POS is at ABCD Nigeria Limited, number 23 Ikorodu Road, Lagos, Nigeria. Pin this POS to that location. Now, you're not just saying, give me just the address. No, you're collecting live coordinates. You're collecting GPS coordinates about that POS. So whenever I go on my system as a POS provider, I am looking for where is this POS. I'm not just saying number 23 Ikorodu Road. No, I am seeing the exact location. For some of us that use Google Maps, you know, when you're going to a destination, you put the address there. Google has coordinates, latitude and longitude, and it takes you to that exact location. That is what geotagging does. Now, what does geofencing mean? Again, it's geographical fencing. And from the word fencing, we should know what it means. It's putting an invisible fence around your POS. Now, the first thing we've done is we've tagged or we've pinned your POS to a location. The second thing is CBN is saying put a fence around your POS. This POS cannot move outside this allowed location. So it puts a safe zone, or it sets a safe zone for your POS. It doesn't allow it to move outside that zone. So this is actually what geotagging and geofencing means. The first one is tagging the POS to a location. The second one is putting an invisible fence around your POS to a location. Like the scenario I had painted earlier, where your sales rep moved your POS to maybe their friend or their uncle or their auntie's shop without your knowledge. if that POS was fenced to your business location, it would have triggered a notification to whoever provided that terminal to say, this POS has left where we marked it to. So that's just me explaining what geofencing means. We're going to go deeper into it to see what does geotagging and geofencing, what do they actually do? It prevents POS theft or misuse. Again, in that scenario, I said your POS disappeared or your sales rep took it out. You don't know what they are using it for. They probably would have taken it to a location. They are using it for fraudulent transaction. We really don't know. But with geotagging, you're able to trace where every POS is at every point in time. Because remember, the POS has been tagged to a particular merchant at a particular location, and also a fence has been put around it. So if there is any suspicious movement or removal of the POS from where it should be, somebody knows, and somebody is able to trace that POS at every point in time. The second thing it does is it stops POS rental or unapproved movement. Again, you cannot lend your POS to a friend without getting the necessary approvals. CBN does not want that. First of all, before you have a POS, you have to be a registered business, and this POS is tied to your business. So you can't go about renting your POS. And sometimes I remember when POS first came to Nigeria, there used to be a lot of fraud cases around POS. These our boys, one of them will probably go to the bank, and they will be one of them will go to the bank, set up an account, and of course banks will always, I think, then give you POS for free. When POS was new in Nigeria, they'll give you POS for free, and one person already has this POS, and they are busy stealing cards around, using them on their POS, just taking money from people anyhow. But this, with geotagging and geofencing, this cannot happen again. It reduces customers' disputes and chargeback. Sometimes a customer goes to use a merchant's POS and they get a declined receipt. And then we are saying to the merchant, the bank is saying to the merchant, oh, this customer has come to lodge a complaint around you about this transaction that happened at your business location. And the customer is saying, I cannot trace it to, I don't have any failed transaction here, or nothing happened. Not a problem. All the bank needs to do is go to their database and just check through, where is this POS? Where did this transaction happen from? They will check, they see, oh, this transaction happened at number 23 Ikorodu Road at 4:45 p.m. with this terminal that is mapped to ABCD Nigeria Limited. These are the coordinates. This is the latitude. This is the longitude. The exact location where that transaction happened. And so with that, the bank doesn't even need the merchant. With that, they're able to resolve that customer's issue promptly. Now, it supports regulators and compliance, of course. For the longest time, CBN has been providing a lot of policies, a lot of guidelines in the payment space, just to build trust, just to be more transparent, just to make people to trust the ecosystem more. So geotagging and geofencing of our terminals supports what CBN is doing. Improves service and support. Of course, this is really for the POS terminal providers, right? Sometimes you might have a downtime or a connectivity issue on your POS. We experience that now. And you're trying to trace what is the issue. MTN is working now. There's MTN data team on this POS. There's Airtel, there's Glo. Where is this network coming from? What could be wrong? Right, because you have a POS with you that you're testing with as well at your location. You can see that your own POS works well, but your merchant is not fine. Now with geotagging, you are able to isolate those cases to say, okay, maybe the merchant that complained is in Ikeja. Let me see what's happening, maybe in Allen Avenue or something. Oh, and you check another merchant that is in Allen Avenue, and you're like, oh, okay. It appears that there is some sort of a downtime or connectivity issue in Avenue. That way, you're able to isolate that issue. You're able to know how to resolve it, and you're able to provide a quick turnaround time, resolution turnaround time for that particular issue, rather than having to, search across multiple locations and all of that. It narrows it to one location. And of course, it builds trust in the payment ecosystem. There's no there's no need of flogging this, because if we think through our journey as Nigerians in the payment ecosystem, you will agree that we have come a long way, right? In the beginning, we did not have trust. Some of us cannot use our card at a POS. Don't use. Some of us cannot add our card to any digital platform. No, you will be debiting me anyhow. I don't want. But it's amazing, like when I look back and I see how far we've come. I can see that we now have agents on the roadside and people are more comfortable transacting with these agents. People can now trust these payment tools more. This is what CBN is trying to achieve. And as an organization, we have promised our customers certain things. Ogechi spoke about what Sterling has promised you as a customer. Your confidentiality, your safety is important to us. And so it is also important that we also conform to all of these changes, all of these policies that will help build that trust in the payment ecosystem, in the financial ecosystem. And lastly, it helps in business insight and growth. Now, this is again for the POS provider. With geotagging and geofencing, you're able to see that, oh, the POSs, there are more merchants in Ikeja Allen Avenue, and they seem to be doing so well. Wow. So you're able to say, oh, this location, POSs in this location are really doing good. Oh, maybe it's time for me to give them more incentives. And of course, I'm a bank now. I think I should go to my customers and say, okay, because you're doing so well in this location, you can come and take more loan at this rate and stuff. What are the things you need? What can we do for you to support your business? It could also be on the flip side. Oh, why are the POSs in this location not doing so well? What do we need to do? So it helps with a lot of business insight and growth. Now, how does this affect you as a business owner? How does this affect you as a Sterling merchant using the Sterling POS? Nothing really changed. Your POS will still work normally. It doesn't change for daily use. You just need to keep your POS where it is registered. Remember geofencing. Where the POS has been pinned to, you need to keep it there. Now, if you move your shop, if you relocate, all you need to do is let your bank know, let your POS provider know, so that this POS can be remapped and re-geotagged to your new location. Geotagging and geofencing will make your business more secure. It will make your business more, as your business grows, of course, you want to protect your business. You want to protect everything around it. And we also, as a bank, we're interested in helping protect and secure your business. And of course, if you don't secure your funds, what else are you securing? If you don't secure the tools you're using to collect your funds, what else are you securing? You are in business to make money. So it is so important that you secure the tools you use in collecting this money from your customer. Geotagging will reduce transaction failure rates to build more trust in your customer. They know that you are a registered customer. Your transaction can be tracked, it can be traced, your POS is traced, CBN is monitoring, the bank can see what is happening. There's transparency, and because of that, you're going to build more trust. Geotagging is about protecting your business and keeping your payments smooth. It's not just about monitoring. It's about protecting your business. It's about ensuring that the payments that happen on your POS device is secure, is smooth, and is safe. And I'm sure you'll be wondering, okay, what do I then do, when it comes to geotagging and geofencing, right? First of all, when we reach out to you to say, oh, we need to update your POS, there's been a new update that contains the geotagging and geofencing, please oblige us. I'm begging, please. It's for your own good and it's also for our own good. It's that simple. Well, when the updates, we've pushed out the update 2 weeks ago, and we've been reaching out to some of you, and we will continue to reach out to you. We'll continue to sensitize you, we'll continue to let you know what you need to do. Is simple. You just need to update the POS app. There is nothing else for you to do. Once you update it, ensure that you're in the location in your business location, because if you take your POS to your house and you go to your house and update it, the POS will be pinned to your house location. And if you try to move it away from that location, it might not work. But don't worry, we're here for you. If that happens, if you have any issues, any concern, you can always reach out to us and we will be glad to resolve them for you. Thank you so much for your time. I know you have a lot of questions. Please ask your questions and we'll be glad to take them. Thank you. Esther.
Thank you so much, Fun. That was yet again another insightful session. Thank you so much for making us understand what geofencing and geotagging is, because it feels like it was a big word, but you broke it down into the tiniest bits, and I'm sure that everybody now can even enlighten their other friends and colleagues that are also MSMEs to better understand what it means, right? So it is able to better help us as businesses with what Inform has said. But before we go further, right? Before we ask question, I know that we have a hand raised from Peter. I guess Peter wanted to ask Ogechi a question. Peter, I assume that is the case. So we will just allow Peter ask his question first. Then we will now move on to other questions so you have a couple of questions actually. So we are getting there.
Afternoon, can you hear
And
me?
look, yes, but you're not so audible, Peter.
Okay, good afternoon. Can you hear me better now?
Yes, it's better now. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you for the two presentations that you made. I think that I learned a lot listening to the two presentations. I just want to make a comment. I've been a customer for some time. It got to a point I had to, but I'm having some challenges. Let me just mention two of them. One, I noticed that the rate at which the bank changes, because I do online banking, I have an account, a corporate account with the bank, and we do online banking. I'm not comfortable with the rate at which the token change. There was a time just within 2 to 3 months, the token has changed again. So we want to take money out of our account. We are finding it difficult to do so. So I don't know because we have other accounts as well. It got to a point I had to actually move and start using another account because of that. I don't know if we can have something more stable, and then let's also have the option of OTP instead of just using token. So what I'm saying is that the platforms and the token should be a little bit more stable so that we can easily get access to our account because it's looking like it's pretty difficult sometimes. That's one. Secondly, I think TBH, which is I don't know if it's an affiliate of your organization. TBH asked us to submit some requests for them to be able to do certain things for us. We submitted and we didn't get anything. We didn't hear from them. It's been over 2 to 3 months now. We didn't get any response from them. And we submitted our documents and everything. The mail was sent to our account. And they've been sending all this while we don't usually respond. For once we responded, there was no we I mean we responded to whatever they sent to us, and we didn't get any response from them till date. So I think you guys should look into these two things. Thank you, Anova.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Peter. So I think I would address the TBH bit. So you said that you had indicated interest in a service, I guess, and you were not reached out. So apologies for that, but we're going to look into it. I believe that this is the same name you had used in indicated interest for that service. So what service exactly is it? Hello, Peter. You're
Okay, a
muted.
couple of them they actually has to do with things like registration. We need to renew certain things, set some of our documents with the CAC. Those are the requests that we actually made, and they didn't get back to us.
Okay, okay, we're going
Yes,
to look into this.
thank you.
Thank you so much, Peter. Okay, so also to address the question on OTP, I don't know if Ogechi, would you like to take that, or you would allow me to? I think I can answer based on what I've learned from Ogechi today, but I'll let her take it. Hello, Ogechi, are you there?
Yes, I am. Thank you very much, Peter. I love the fact that you're becoming it's a practical example of understanding what was being said. If you read Peter's message in the chat in the Q&A session, it says, I want to exercise my right to complain. Well done. Thank you for making that message get home.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
you
you.
yes, you had mentioned in your complaints that you would rather prefer the use of OTPs than token, and that the online banking tokens are changing too frequently. Yes, I hear you. And the truth of the matter is sometimes we force some upgrades because of vulnerabilities that we have seen. And yes, the option of the OTP is also available as well. There are things that we constantly explore to make sure that life is better. Now that we have one additional information, additional data, including or adding to the data that we have, because it's with veritable data that you can make an informed decision on what direction to go, on the preference of the customer. So yes, I want you to please be patient. The OTP option, of course, you can generate it on your own. You don't need to carry an additional device with you, and that makes life even easier. Once we close out on what we are breathing down for you, I'm sure that you would have a change of opinion by the time we get to that bus stop. So what I want to encourage you is, as at now we have heard you, your right to complain has been exercised. You have been heard as well. And I promise you that there will be a resolution to this. In fact, I've taken down your name, and we probably will ask you some further information on the back end to get this sorted. Thank you for the opportunity to share with you, and thank you for airing your views with us as well. Over to you, Esther, please.
Thank you so much, Ugechi. Thank you so much. And I appreciate the fact that we are now having the questions rolling. So it's making us understand that it's not just us speaking to ourselves, right? And because, like I said, this is not a session where we're trying to tick a calendar that, oh, we took a session. It's a session we want to be able to impact knowledge. We want to be able to speak to our customers, understand and make them understand how we are supporting, and also get to know some of these things that have been raised here. Like, I really appreciate what Peter said, right? So we're able to understand where he feels he has a pain point, and definitely it will be addressed. So I see that we have questions as well, but before then, we would like to put up a poll now that for people to let us know based upon this and what everyone has said, right? You can testify that we have a ground knowledge of geotagging, geofencing, and our POS is one of the best for your collection as for your business, right? You know, it's 2025 and we're going into 2026. It's a year whereby you don't want to, it's a cashless environment right now. It's been the thing for a while now, but it's going to even get more, it's going to be the case as we move on even with the years, right? So it's very important that as a business You need to have a POS machine. There's no way you are doing a business and you are ready for business coming December sales, coming January, coming the new year, and you don't have a period. How? Right. But from what from I said, you can testify that Sterling has the best POS solution and machine to give to you for your collection to meet all the needs that is expected of a POS machine and to also even exceed expectation. So to help you achieve that and to support you, like we said, we have this available for our customers, right? We would like for you to indicate interest. We would engage you after this conversation to know people that do not have a POS today. And for someone that also asked the procedure, would also like for you to drop your phone number or so that we can also engage you to share the procedure with you as well. I see that Upam has answered a lot of the questions in the chat room, but um just to also for knowledge sake, right? For knowledge sharing, there was a question around from Maria. It says, please answer. You can answer the poll now. Do you need a POS for your business? Please let us start eliciting interest. Let us fill the poll now. Let us fill the queue. Let us fill. Let us fill. Let us fill. Will give us 2 minutes to do that before we move ahead. 2 minutes, please. It is up now. All you just need to do is to do a yes or a no. Please let us all ensure that we fill it in. And for everybody that will be saying a no, that has to be that you have our POS already. If you don't have our POS already, you should not be saying a no. I'm expecting to see a yes from you. Okay, 2 minutes. Counting down, counting down. Don't miss out this opportunity. Don't miss out this opportunity. So this is one of the opportunities of joining such session. You see why it is very important that you join these our sessions because we'll always be pushing out things like this to you, and you have the opportunity to lash on it and enjoy it, right? Okay, I believe that we've given us time to fill the quiz now and we can move ahead. So I was saying that there was a question that Umfum had actually addressed, but I would like for us to say it yet because I'm very sure a lot of us would learn from it. So the person says that that's Maria. She asked that for people that want to go for exhibition, which is a very major thing. I know that now that it's December, there are a lot of exhibitions going on everywhere because we want the trade fairs happening, there are exhibitions happening here and there. You are moving from your comfort zone, right? Even you that do online business, you are moving house from your online business to go and make sales. It is December, it's the festive period, is expected, right? So the question is now that what now happens if I move my POS from my store to the exhibition ground? Definitely, the exhibition ground will not be your store, obviously, right? So what now happens? So the answer to that was that all you need to do is to just inform your bank, inform us, inform your account officer, send a mail to us via our customer line. Visit any of our Sterling branch. It doesn't even have to be your branch. Call your account officer. So the thing is that what we just need to do is to change the location to that new location. And when you are done, you can take it back to your business location. Easy peasy, right? You can see that I think it's something every one of us should learn from. So we also have a question here. It says, okay, so there's also a question. Someone says, my question started around. Okay, so we have the next quiz. It is talking about business registration. Peter, please, you can also help us indicate interest here now. If you or business account, if you want to open a business account, do you have a Sterling business account already? Do you want to open another Sterling business account, maybe for your second business? Please ensure you also let us know on using this quiz that has just been up now. It's up now for us to take. We're going to give 2 minutes for that as well. Rolling, 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 rolling. Please ensure you fill it in. If you can also fill it in for your friend that you know needs a Sterling business account. You can testify that Sterling is giving you the best service, the best solution, supporting you as a MSME business account holder, right? With this sort of information that we shared today and more to come. You can see that we're supporting you and we're not just doing just the normal traditional way of bring your money, come and do this, right? We're not being rigid, but also trying to engage in let us know, let us on things that are happening globally in the country as it affect our MSME business, as it impact our businesses as well, right? So please let us take the quiz now. Do you have a Sterling business account? If you also have a friend that you need to get a Sterling business account, you can also still indicate interest. When we call you, you can always share the other customer's phone number with us. Would also engage that person. It's not a problem at all. Okay, then let me move to the question now. So we have a question from Abdul Fattah. He says, my question will centered around ISO 2022 messaging standard and templates. Also, information available on the bank's website or AI database. Okay, I'm not quite sure I understand that question. Abdul Fattah, you might want to buttress your point so that we're able to answer the question. Okay, so Abdul Fattah says partnership with a mobile money operator who has numbers of stores at various locations and needs POS. PS needs numbers of POS. Oh, Abdul Fattah, that's something we are open to, I'm sure. Umfon, I think I'm speaking your mind, right? Okay, maybe Umfon would address this. Let Umfon answer the question. Umfon from
Oh,
Abdul
yes.
Fattah.
Yes,
Yes, please.
I saw his question already. We'll definitely reach out to you, please. It's something that we're open to. I wanted to address, Esther, you seem to have skipped a question here from
Oh,
Nathaniel,
okay.
where he said must most most providers
Yes,
also do their business at home. I feel it would be better if CBN can assign two known locations in course of
yes.
geotagging and yeah, and then someone also asked them something similar. Um Yemi Olajide in the Q&A chat box. So it's similar. If I need to take my POS home for business or transaction, meaning it will not work. So these are some of the concerns that we also share, right? And we are still engaging CBN. But honestly, what can happen now is if you want to move your POS from location A to location B, so maybe you also use your POS at home, it will mean that you need to let us know, right? You need to let us know that's okay, you're home now, you need to use your POS. We'll have to update the location of that POS to that location to your home location. And when you take it back to the office, we need to update it again. That's what can happen now. Alternatively, we will recommend you get two POSs since one is used at home and one is used in a different location, right? So we don't have to keep updating and updating. But on the other hand, we're also engaging CBN to say, you know what, is there a way we can tweak this and have for businesses like this that may not necessarily need two POSs, is there a way we can have location A, location B? Yes, I can verify this business. Yes, this business is a customer of the bank. And yes, this customer has said, I also use my business at home because I have like a mini shop at home where people come to shop, buy from me. So these are things we're still engaging CBN on. And definitely when we have a clearer feedback, we would definitely engage as well. You have an application where you can manage your. Oh yes, we have an application to manage our POS. Yes, we have a dashboard as well. Abdul Fattah, that's to you. So if you're a partner and you sign up with us, you have an application. I mean, we have the TMS application if you want, if you're a partner and you have a lot of POS and you want to have access to the TMS application, yes, definitely. We also have a transaction monitoring and analytical dashboard where you can see transactions as they come in. And as a partner, we also have a partner dashboard. For some of our partners, they have a bunch of agents or merchants onboarded through them. So they have that dashboard where they can see the transactions as they're happening across their agents and merchants. And in instances where there is a transaction, a revenue share, definitely you can see. So we're very transparent in our dealings with our partners. Thank you. That's all for on POS, I think.
Okay,
Esther.
thank you so much. Yeah, I think you have addressed all questions. Please, the questions can keep rolling in, rolling in, rolling in.
Yeah, there is the last question. We attend
Okay,
first that
yes,
may be
from
different
Joyce.
locations. So yes, this is something that Esther spoke to earlier. If you want to go to any fair, we know this is December. There's a lot of trade fair. There's a lot of fair. There's a lot of exhibition. All you need to do is let us know, and we'll just allow you take your POS out of your business location. When you get to that, to the exhibition or the fair location, definitely the location will be updated to that location, and after the fair you take it back to your business location. So just let us know, we can do this.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I really appreciate the fact, the way it is very interactive. People are asking questions. You're getting answers. You see that it is worth our while. We would always make it worth your while, right? Thank you so much, Umfon. So keep the question rolling in. Keep the question rolling in. Please, if you are here to take the quiz on if you want to have a business account, let us know. Please, can we put that up again? If you want to have a business account, because I can see questions about what do I need to get a business account. Don't worry, we're going to engage you, and you would share the procedures with you and all that is required of you. Good thing is that TBH, because we are supporting you, right? Even if your business is not registered, we help you to register your business at a very discounted rate and seamlessly. You don't even have to bother yourself about the worries. We will take up the worries. You are just supposed to just be on your own, doing your thing, while we help you to sort out your business registration, help you to sort out your business account opening. Please, the quiz is up now again for you to fill. Please let us do that. Okay, and next to be open is your business registered? The quiz is also open. Is your business registered? Let us know, is your business registered? If your business is not registered, at chicken money, that's at a very considerate amount, right? We are able to help you register your business, be it business enterprise, be it limited, be it incorporated trustees, be it limited by shareholders, be it limited by guarantee, right? And remember that with the new tax reform, right, it's very important that you upgrade your business from the normal enterprise to limited for you to be exempted from a lot of tax that relates to business. Remember that the whole exemption speaks to companies, and companies are limited companies, right? So it is important that you upgrade your business from business name to limited. And at the at the business of, we are very willing, available to offer this service at a discounted rate. Again, I say at chicken money, right? So with that being said, I see that Ogechi's hand is raised. Ogechi, you have the floor. Please go ahead and mute yourself and speak. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Esther, and thank you to all of the participants whose questions have been dropping. There are a few more questions I thought to bring to our attention as well. Someone is asking what the requirements for opening a Sterling business account is. Another is asking if Sterling Bank finances LPO and having Sterling Bank as a settlement bank or host company. Yes, that's another question on the chat room. And in the Q&A, Mr. Egu, I see your question, and I've taken down your question. We'll definitely be reaching out to you on your question around the Sterling Pro and the update that was done on Sterling Pro and how you haven't been able to use it efficiently after that. So we will be getting across to you. And it's not like your question was being ignored. I had reached out earlier. If you see the earlier response, was for you to share your mobile and your account details, just like Mr. Peter did, and we can follow through with those responses. I see Joyce Benitez comment as well. It's sad that your small business had a negative impact in December, in October, about 2 months ago, last month. And it's really sad that this went live. I've also taken this down, and it will be interesting to know what the full implement of this case was about, so that we can at least close this conclusively. And then if there are any things that we need to know, on the facts of the case, we'll definitely take it from there. Thank you very much for sharing, and I'm sincerely appreciative of the fact that you all are exercising your right to be heard and your right to complain. It's something that you hold sacred, and we tell you that we will definitely circle back on all of these issues. Thank you very much. Over to you, Esther, please.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ogechi. Thank you for addressing that. Joyce here also re-echo that we are sorry to hear about the circumstances around the breach that you experienced. So sorry about that. I hope that now I hope that we can further reinforce you can further reinforce to ensure that this doesn't reoccur in the future, right? So putting things like 2FA authenticator and all are very important. This is to also confirm things like this from happening. Apologies for your experience, right? So we have questions around the Sterling Bank Finance and LPO. Why not if not? Right? So I know that Sterling Bank provides different services for different business purposes. I know that Sterling Bank provides different things for different purposes, right? And all you need to do is to indicate interest, right? And we're going to be dropping a link as well where you can use to indicate interest in wanting a business finance that would help you for different cases, be it an LPO, be it an invoice for your contract, for your working capital, for your expansion, for getting an asset, for getting goods, for stocking your store, different ones, right? Because we definitely know that at different points in time we need finance. Businesses need finance for different things, right? So that's why there are different solutions, different facilities that helps with catering for that, right? And also we are all aware that on the business of platform, customers are also able to pick up a credit facility as high as 10 million, up to 10 million naira from the convenience of your home. You don't need to visit the brand. All you just need to do is to apply online and also submit your document in some then after that you submit your document in any Sterling branch close to you for it to be finalized as all that is required of you. So yes, I'm going to be dropping the link to the business of platform if you do not have that already, and I'm also going to be dropping the link for people that would like to get facilities such as the LPO, the for your asset and what have you, right? As high as more, that's if you're moving more than 10 million naira. Trust me, we are able to give you as high as 75 million naira and more. That's why we are here supporting you every time. TBH and Sterling Bank supporting you every time, every step by the way to expand your business for your operational need, for your sustainability of your business. Sterling Bank is always there available for you. Okay, so I see someone say I want to upgrade my business name to limited. Yes, you should do that. I mentioned that already. On the business of platform, you are able to do that as well. I'm just going to drop the link to the business of platform for you to indicate interest and you'll be engaged. So all you just need to do to visit the business of platform is to visit any website today at with www.thebusinesshub.ng. Visit our website today and enjoy these services at. Yes, thank you everyone. So do we still have questions? Do we still have questions? Questions. Is there any question we've not addressed? Please let us know. Trust me, that cannot have been intentional. It must have been.
We have some people with their hands raised.
Oh, we do. Okay, thank you, Ogechi. Can we take one or two questions from the hands that are raised? Okay, so we're going to be enabling mic for those people. You just need to signify with your electronic hands, and we're able to do that. Okay, I see. Um, Beloved, I think you want to say something. Beloved, we are all
Yes, good
yes.
evening.
Good evening, beloved.
Thank you. Good evening, Esther. Good
Good
evening,
evening.
Ogechi. Good evening, Jackson. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Thank, yeah, thank you. Exercising rights to safety in line with what Peter also said concerning TBH. I got a mail from TBH requesting that we should fill a form in regards to our business. I don't know how safe that is. And what they actually required was our business logo, business account number, business address, I think, yeah, business address, and a business picture as well. All that was submitted some weeks ago. I actually saw it at first, I ignored it, but along the line, I keep getting the same message again. I had to take the chance to fill that form online. And since then, I don't know, there has not been any response from them. Peter asked the same question as well, but you say you'll get back to us on that. So I really want you guys to look into it if it's something that is convenient for us to, you know, I don't know.
Oh,
You
okay.
get?
Thank you so much, beloved. So I know that in October, right, just to support in the spirit of customer service, right? We engaged some customers and said, oh, you know what, we want to spotlight your business, right? And the people that we got answers from, we some business we've been able to but now spotlight their business on our TBH platform. We've also been able to spotlight their business to some other customers. So this is one of the
Okay.
ways we are supporting businesses. So what we needed and what we requested for was for businesses to indicate interest in for us to spotlight their business, right, to our big audience of other customers. That's why we requested for your logo, your business address, so that if other customers want to patronize you, they're able to locate your store, right? And well, so that's what
Okay.
we did in October. And I see that you're also interested in this, and Peter is also interested. This is something that we would try to see how we can do more frequently to support business. Like I said, TBH is solely to support businesses, right? We would see how we can, make it happen more frequently. But that was to celebrate customer service in October. Thank you so much. I see that you have interest in that. So your name is Beloved. Can you
Yeah.
confirm your business name?
Too Brave Entertainment.
Okay, okay, that's fine. Don't worry, we are going to be so you'll be seeing more of those mails to you. What we just plead that we do is that we meet up with the deadline we give for, because you would agree with me that that communication had that there was a deadline, and we expected that people will fill it in within that deadline so that we can make use of those information to create the spotlight. So thank you so much.
There's one more question I would like to ask. All right.
Okay.
Can I go on?
Yes, please go ahead, please.
Okay. Does TBH has any connection with the Sustainability Working Group, the Green Innovation Challenge with Sterling Bank? Are you aware of anything like the Sustainability Working Group?
Okay, so I know that Sterling Bank as such. However, to get more information on that, you can always just send an email to the Sterling Bank customer care line, and every information you need, if there's any gray area, just like Ogechi has said, if there's any gray area and any communication that you get, you can always send questions to get clarity to to the Sterling customer care line, which is customer care at sterling.ng. They would always give you answers, right? They would always share answers and clarify if it is genuine, what you need to do, what is expected of you as a business. If for any reason you are interested in any information or opportunity that was shared with you. Yes, thank you. Please always make sure
Yeah.
the customer care line is always available for you 24/7. They're available to answer your questions at every point in time.
I have an account officer that I'm working with actually.
Okay,
There in the
okay.
Marina branch. But sometimes we barely talk on phone, and sometimes she barely have answers to some of these questions, and she'll be like, I should contact Sterling Bank. I don't know. I think she should be in better position to give me some answers to these questions, but it's like she know less or little about some of these questions I get to ask her sometimes. I don't know.
Apologies
But
about
nonetheless,
that.
I'll try to ask some more and just follow the prompts, like you say.
Yes, customer care at sterling.ng is the customer care email address. You can always shoot an email to that address and you will get a response.
All
This
right.
is
Thank
something
you,
I have
Esther.
used and I'm sure that they are very responsive. They would respond to you. Thank you so much,
Thank you very much.
everyone. Thank you for everyone that has respond that asked questions, that's listening on. Thank you to our speakers for the day. We appreciate you so well. Thank you to everyone that participated. Thank you for listening and for the questions. And I hope that we've been able to address all questions now. So hello, for let's see your face the last time. Ogechi, I can see Ogechi's smiley face. Let's see Umfon's face. Hello, Umfon. Okay. Can I see your phone's face? Is it just me? Okay, thank you. Thank you once again, everyone. And that brings us to the close of the session today. Please, you please always look forward to such session with us. Trust me, it's going to always be power packed like this. Remember that the business of platform is at on any of your browsers, on your phone, be it your laptop, be it your tablet, www.thebusinessup.ng. And to email Sterling Bank customer care line, all you need to do is to engage, send an email to customer care at sterling.ng. So also you can also call the customer care line as well. To also upgrade your business from business name to limited, you can always do that on the TBH website. To register your business, you can always do that on the TBH website. To access the loan, the digital loan for businesses up to 10 million naira, please visit the www.thebusinessup.ng as well to apply for this loan, and it is available for you. If so far you are able to meet the required eligibility criteria, right? Thank you so much, everyone. Then that brings me to the end of the day. I remain your good host and your delighted host, Esther Atobatele. So please, for the customer care line, it was dropped in the Q&A session for people that did not get it when I said it, or for you to reference it some other time. Customer care at sterling.ng. The TBA platform is www.thebusinesshub.ng. Also, to see the different Sterling banks product for MSMEs, all you need to do is also visit the Sterling Bank website slash MSME. You are going to also be getting all the different products that speaks to MSMEs. It's always there, power packed as well. Thank you so much, everyone. And that brings us to the close of the session. Bye for now, and thank you.
Thank you very much, Esther. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your evening.